The first part introduces our brand and discusses 3 selected business cases. And second part is Q&A session. Marcin Boch, our CEO and world expert in machine learning and artificial intelligence, will answer your questions, and a few of mine as well. My name is Eva Żarnota, and I advise our clients on how to improve effectiveness in highly competitive lines of business.
Hello, everyone. I look forward to our discussion and to your questions. So if you have any, ask using our chat.
Down below, yes. Thank you very much, Marcin. And without further delay, let's get started. Before we moved on to selected business cases, I would like to say a few words about who we are and what we do. Long story short, in Algolytics, we create, customize, and deliver state-of-the-art technology with no effort on client's part. Our predictive analysis platforms combine data science, machine learning, and predictive modeling. We do believe that our work distinguishes us in the market mainly because of the 3 reasons. Firstly, our clients are building long-lasting relationships based on B2C and the B2C connections, thanks to our holistic customer view. Secondly, we create real-time, automated, and continuously self-learning engines, and the whole machine processes require no human interventions. Why we are here to support with you with our consulting approach, and in my opinion, the most important value is that our solutions addresses all the business needs within full customer life cycle. But enough about us, let's move on to you. As you see, machine learning techniques universally fulfill your daily business needs. Once implemented, the technology can be used by a whole company, from marketing and sales department up to risk management, just name it. All thanks to machine learning that identify who your customer is. Then at the portfolio construction stage, you get leads prioritized by the risk. Algorithms indicate what margin should be used, the method of payment, and the model of cooperation with risk client or supplier. Once you've built a portfolio, it's managed in an automated way through cross-selling and upselling scenarios, and also through retention activities, preventing churn and increasing customer side NPS. All the way to secure solvency on time. And to give you an idea how practical are those implementations, now we are going to move to prepared 3 business cases, and I will tell you about Orange and mBank, which is part of Commerzbank, where we joined forces of 2 industries in one project. Second case is Play, a telecommunication Polish company which, thanks to us, increases its sales by 25% and gained over $15 million in extra sales on EBITDA just in 1 year. And the last but not least, Audioteka, company which is smaller than 2 mentioned before, but it's the best example that any sized company can use machine learning to win the industry game. So let's dive into details now. And the case of Orange and mBank shows the benefits of combining 2 large brands' data. We integrated sources to estimate the customer's credible income along with propensity to purchase a financial product. As a telco company, Orange had a unique understanding of the repayment of a huge number of customers. We took into account customer repayment rates, available data sets, and geolocation data. You would be surprised how residents of one neighborhood differ in terms of payment morality. We've been tracking and analyzing those correlations for years. Combining all of those elements as a multi-industry data integrator, we help to increase sales conversions with minimizing the unpayment risk. And now I'm going to let Marcin do the talking. Marcin, from a technical point of view, can you tell something more about this project? Because as I mentioned, you are okay.
Thank you, Eva, for asking. As from my perspective, it was a challenging project, very challenging. As you probably know, banks and telcos are companies rich with data. They have millions of customers and a lot of touch points with these customers. And at the data collection stage, we needed to extract, clean and integrate data from about 50 sources and more than 5 organizations involved in this project. And it was one important thing we take care about. Due to the privacy by design principle, we needed to carefully anonymize this data. And what more, we used several dozen identifiers to integrate often poor quality data in one data set. These identification numbers were numbers like simple name, ID numbers, phone numbers, physical addresses, IPs, digital signatures of devices, and there's a lot of different identifiers. And here was used one of our technology strengths, functionality connected with data quality, standardization of data, enrichment of data, and anonymization. This is we have built in our platform. It allows us to integrate the data without compromising customer privacy. It was very important for our customers, and with high accuracy. And mining this data, collecting and merging, finally we got about 2,000 data points we analyzed using machine learning approach to get the best results from this data. And we mined hundreds of useful features from this data. And I think the insight we mine from this data and how we use it, it may be something you can ask me on chat. It is topic we can discuss for hours.
Okay, so maybe we will prepare other webinar with this project. But thank you, Marcin, and let's see what you will say about our next implementation. The second business case deals telco company introducing predictive models at Play. We help to increase sales, as I mentioned before, up to 25%. How? Among every single channel Play owns. We focus on broadening the customer base and activation of leads with negative credit history. The previous transactions limit model was quite unflexible, and please let me know in the chat down below, have you ever experienced rejecting a customer after a single negative variable? Because trust me, we've seen that too. And at the same time, our system enables presenting a higher value offer, for example, by higher subscription, more expensive mobile phone. And now the Play's clients are not judged too restrictively. They get the latest smartphone, and the telecom gets the risk-free monthly flash of cash, all thanks to holistic customer approach. And this solution is actually implemented in most telcos in Poland. I know that Marcin loves to work with telecoms, so I hope that in this case will share with us also a few sentences about most valuable aspects of this project.
Yeah, of course. It is different project that mentioned before. Quite simple in terms of data collection, but real cash cow for telco companies. And the strength of approach we used in this project was in blending all available information in one integrated data stream. And next, this stream was used by a predictive models to generate precise assessment of a customer. So the strength of this approach was to integrate all information about customer in one predictive model. And it is difficult to get such a good results from decision making using traditional techniques, for example, simple rule-based decision engines, because they are prone to making false positive versions, and due to they may deprive customers of services, and for telecommunication companies may cut sales. So we achieved the goal not only in terms of maintaining high probability of business, because we lower the risk that telecom companies would take acquiring new customer, but we also boosted sales especially on the internet, because this telco company were too strict on assessment. And finally, we improved customer satisfaction by widening the number of available offers for customers, because we can generate alternative offer for customers that have not so good risk profile. However, there is one thing you should be cautious using artificial intelligence and machine learning approach to do this kind of projects, because collected data is commonly biased in such processes. And this second strength of our technology, we developed algorithms that make into account the possibility of bias in data and identify this bias automatically, and finally reduce its influence on predictive models. And it may be important identifying this kind of risk because, as you probably know, recently European Union introduced new law framework named Artificial Intelligence Act that may ban artificial and machine learning solutions if they are subjected to decision bias. So it is a very important feature, and one of our unique competences to avoid this kind of bad made decisions during automatic credit decisions.
Okay, thank you, Marcin, for that also low input to this case. I hope that we still have your attention, because ahead of us there is the last business case, which reflects that machine learning is suitable for any, even smaller company. And I encourage you to asking the questions, because we are diving into Q&A section after this case. So the main goal for our client, Audioteca company, which is audiobook listening platform, was to strengthen the trust and loyalty of its customers. The idea Netflix-like model scoring were to introduce extremely targeted audiobook recommendations. Now I would like to share with you what were the key points to achieve this goal. Firstly, it was structured and AI-based solution to immediately define individual needs of subscribers across 15 countries. Secondly, it was user-friendly interface to simplify a way to create predictive models, and full data science team to cooperate to customer this solution. So our technology delivered through the cloud met all of those requirements, and Trusted Audioteca is able now to address the individual users' needs in 15 countries with 1 million recommendations displayed in average time on 0.03 seconds on a daily basis. So before we are diving to Q&A section, Marcin, please refer to us some not so secrets from this project as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite different project because it is concentrated on small purchases of customers, making a huge scale. And what is interesting in this case, what we can see in this case, is how quickly customers' behavior can change and how quickly we should improve these predictive solutions on production. Why? We are constantly influenced by many external factors that are not visible in data at all. And in many cases, these factors are even not possible to anticipate. So something happens and we need to react quickly. And an example from this project, a release of new Netflix series based on some book may cause rapid growth in customers' interest in some title and some author, and boost sales in the area we haven't noticed yet before. This implies how the recommendation engine should work. We should use algorithms that constantly learn from data and are able to deploy instantly after rebuild. So the learning process is a constant process, not something we done once for a couple of days, for a couple of months, but it should be done constantly and instantly. So using these models, in result, we can react as quickly as it is possible. And shortly to sum up it, in these cases, automated model learning and trend identification in data, this is what increases sales and improves customer experiences in such cases rapidly.
Okay, so thank you, Marcin, for that practical insight. On my behalf, I can assure you, because I'm Algolytics client, that it works. And now we will answer your questions, but before we get to that, I would like to ask 2 questions from me. So let's get started. First question to you, Marcin, is what are the common doubts or reserves for customers when they encounter the concept of machine learning?
Good question. Now market is going to be major, so the customers started to have less doubts, but I heard a lot of them. So nowadays, in a need of digital transformation, as for me, using AI or ML implementation is not a question if, but when we should start do it. And there was 3 most common issues I have heard from our customers. The first is connected with time, whether we can deploy it quickly on time. Second is about availability of this technology. It is available. Can I deploy it? It's easy to deliver. And the last, but in many cases the most important, it's about pricing of technology. Can I simply afford? Can it be profitable in my business? And we have addressed these doubts, all these 3 doubts, by creation ready-to-use machine learning and ML ops solutions delivered through cloud to our customers. So our customers don't need to create or invest in their own IT departments. They don't need to implementation it on their premise. The implementation process takes days in such cases, not months. And the technology is available 24/7. We provide full support of our customers. So as I believe we addressed these 3 common doubts by providing ready to use and easy to deploy services on cloud.
Okay, thank you, Marcin, for that answer. And let's go to the second question. I know that you are not a fairy, but looking into the future, what kind of technology based on machine learning techniques will be common in just a few years? And of course, why Algolytics is the best provider for it.
Okay, I like this kind of futuristic questions.